My name is Mr. Bubble. Let me show you tubs of fun.
You can be a bubble nose.
With Mr. Bubble.
You can have some bubble toes.
With Mr. Bubble.
Or be a bobblehead.
With Mr. Bubble. I'm safe and gentle, and I make getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Have a tub of fun with Mr. Bubble. He makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Mr. Bubble.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Two-way radio? Micro tape recorder?
What makes you think I'm a spy?
On what?
Chocolate. Minstrels. Not like ordinary chocolate. Crisp sugar shell on the outside and surprise, surprise, smooth milk chocolate on the inside.
Chocolate? Mm-hmm. You do surprise me.
Minstrels. One of life's more pleasant surprises. Candy crisp, chocolate smooth.
Have you ever wished for one product that would clean and shine almost everything in your house? Here it is, Clean and Shine. Like magic, Clean and Shine leaves a nice shine on fine wood furniture, so you don't need furniture polish. It cleans and shines mirrors, so you don't need glass cleaner for mirrors. It cleans and shines refrigerators, like this kitchen product, even countertops, tile, and vinyl. Try new Clean and Shine, the foam that cleans and shines almost everything in your house.
What's up? Dino's stolen the different vitamins we need to make Flintstones. Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstone vitamins are good to chew with vitamin A, vitamin B's, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Help your body work and grow right.
We put them all together to make Flintstones vitamins.
Mom, if your kids don't always eat right, one Flintstone each day ensures they're getting the vitamins they may need. Yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstones, regular and plus iron.
Crack open an icy cold Hams. Refreshing as the land of sky blue waters. Enjoy a cool, refreshing Hams.
When Lipton blows the whistle, you gotta have a cup of tea. Listen to the Lipton whistle. Brisk, brisk, brisk. Lipton tea.
Lipton flow-through tea bags, like 2 bags of flavor in one.
We should be working toward 21 plus campuses of roughly capacity of 600 plus students.
That's Dr. Joe Baresi with the Midland School Board talking about plans for construction, with enrollment expected to top 2,000 in the next 5 years. What will those plans entail? I'm Rob Quirk in the Channel 9 newsroom. Will new buildings be constructed? Will additions be made? And at what cost to you? Join Janet and me for Channel 9 News at 10 o'clock.
Bronco Chevrolet has discounted each and every Suburban in stock $2,000. Get great selections and $2,000 in savings from the heartbeat of West Texas. Bronco Chevrolet.
When news happens in the Permian Basin, and you see it happen, call Newsline 9 at 561-9991.
Crunchy is a golden honeycomb of hundreds of tiny glucose bubbles, covered in creamy milk chocolate.
Bite into a golden crunchy. Bite into a golden crunchy.
Once there was an ant and a grasshopper. The ant worked day and night while his friend the grasshopper fiddled away his free time. Then when the ant left on his winter vacation, was the grasshopper left in the cold? Cause the grasshopper was on the payroll savings plan. And by now, all those U.S. savings bonds added up to a big surprise to the ant and a big winter vacation for the grasshopper. Moral, buy U.S. savings bonds and you don't need a rich ant.
It's happening all around the house, right about now.
I'd like a Triscuit.
I'd like a Triscuit.
I'd like a Triscuit. I know my family, and when they'd like a snack, they'd like a Triscuit wafer.
Great with cheese.
Or with a dip.
Neat with jam. Or just by themselves. And they really are good. Triscuit wafers, they're made from 100% natural whole wheat. And that's good, too.
A Triscuit baked only by Nabisco.
From time to time through history, the greatest need has been for facts. Facts to know where to build new schools, new houses, hospitals, factories, roads. We need facts to help fight sickness and disease. And that is why, on April the 25th, we are asking you to fill in the 1971 census. An army of men and women with light blue satchels will deliver and collect them from every household in Britain, with no exceptions. The form is secret. There is nothing to fear from completing it. When its contents have been analyzed, it'll be locked away for 100 years under guard. And all these officials are pledged to secrecy. Identify them by the blue satchel. It's the big form with a big job to do. We need the facts from you.
Look what happens when you buy 3 boxes of Purina Cat Chow. You get 1 box free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Buy 3 bags of Purina Cat Chow and get a coupon good for 1 bag free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
No matter what size you buy, you can mail in proofs of purchase and get a coupon good for 1 free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
So, buy any 3 Purina Cat Chow now and get 1 free.
Chow, chow, chow.
Tuesday, a lucky shot makes Richie an instant hero.
Want to go up to Inspiration Point with me? I'll show you my fake.
Oh, Richie, you're such a jock.
Then...
Buns.
Hiya, Pinky. How you? It's the love story that shook the world.
I love what?
There's drama, action, and romance. Fonzie loves Pinky right after Happy Days.
Cookie's life, it's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on, girl, gotta share a Coke with you. Let the feeling through. You wanna live a little bit more. That's what the taste of Coke is for. Cookie's life, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, Cookie's life.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
America's been waiting for a family show about a real family.
Maybe you're just old-fashioned. Yeah, maybe.
A show that reveals the joys and the sorrows.
You better all dig down and find your pennies because this family could be in deep financial trouble.
The triumphs and the defeats of real people.
Mary, would you lay off him? He's just trying to do his job.
The Bradfords are the family. 8 is Enough is the show. Right after Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
Creases look really sharp in the right places, but never on your eyes. That's why Revlon created Natural Wonder Crease-Proof Cream Shadow. Crease-Proof Shadow. It just won't creep into creases. It's wink-proof, fade-proof, even waterproof. Stays fresh, stays put in 21 beautiful colors. Natural Wonder Crease-Proof Shadow by Revlon. There you go.
When I was a kid, the closest you could get me to a fish was the aquarium. Now, thanks to McDonald's, I'm the expert. You see, most fish is not government inspected, but all McDonald's fish is U.S. government inspected grade A. And it's all prime white filet. No fish cakes, not ground up, not mixed with other fish. It's a filet of fish. The best-selling fish sandwich in America.
Tell him your nickname, Henry.
They call me Jaws.
Quality you can taste.
you make this shot, you can have anything you want for dinner.
I'll have Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mom.
You got it, superstar.
Kids love Kentucky Fried Chicken, just like other folks. And with all those delicious fixins, what a meal.
It's finger-licking good! Real goodness from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
How many bacon packages do you look at before you find one you like? Well, Oscar Mayer knows just what you're looking for. Bacon that cooks up like this, with nice, even slices, and the best balance of fat to lean. At Oscar Mayer, that's the way we select our bacon, too. Before you ever see it, you get consistently high-quality bacon every time, because we do what you do before you do it. Oscar Mayer, America's best-selling bacon. There's nothing quite like them on television. The Bradfords, not your typical family of 8 children.
I don't wear nightgowns anymore, Daddy.
They'll make you laugh 1 minute.
I forgot to kiss you goodnight.
And cry the next. Just like your own family. 8 is enough right after Happy Days in Laverne and Shirley.
This is Concours, a world-class luxury compact from Chevrolet. In Europe, to show that an American car can challenge the highways of the world, Concours is an affordable car for people who appreciate the stylish elegance of fine touring cars, luxurious interiors, and dependable Chevrolet engineering. Concours, built for Americans at home anywhere. A world-class luxury compact from Chevrolet.
Use FinalNet for 5 good reasons. 1, FinalNet is not an aerosol. It's concentrated with a hold that really lasts. 2, it holds without stickiness. 3, it goes where you want it. 4, FinalNet has no aerosol propellants. 5, this much FinalNet goes as far as this much aerosol. Use non-aerosol FinalNet. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ben Franklin, you discovered electricity.
No, something really shocking. Look, Carefree sugarless gum here, Trident here. Both cost the same, yet Carefree gives you 32% more gum by weight than Trident. And Carefree's taste, electrifying.
Ben, the electricity.
I'll think about it in Washington, A.C.
That's Washington, D.C.
Get more gum with Carefree.
Now in bubble gum, too. More gum.
Carefree sugarless gum.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle has a new, quick-drying formula? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Gentlemen, these are the ingredients that make Campbell's old-fashioned vegetable soup so delicious. Carrots, potatoes, celery, onions, corn, peas, green beans, lima beans, cabbage, turnips, and macaroni. Now, who puts them in the soup?
We do, sir.
But who prepares the beef broth?
Only you, sir.
And why is that?
Because too many cooks.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
America's classic thrillers come to life. The Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries. An adventure into suspense.
There's got to be a way out of here.
You used to go with her?
Forget that.
Oh, Professor, do ghosts leave footprints?
The adventures of America's favorite young detectives come to television.
Follow that ghost.
The Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries.
Earthlings are divided into 2 species. Those who use giant tin smash with 16 servings, measuring scoop, and resealable lid. And others who carry heavy bags of potatoes home to make mash. Sir, how else can we tell the Earthlings apart? The ones that carry potatoes may have longer arms.
Or mash, get smash.
Nervous is meeting your boyfriend's family. All 16 of them?
Nervous is why there's new Soft and Dry.
Soft and Dry roll-on. Nothing keeps you drier when you're nervous.
Nervous is taking your driver's test for the 4th time.
Nervous is why there's new Soft and Dry.
Nothing keeps you drier, yet it never stings most girls, even after shaving.
My fellow classmates.
Nervous is why there's new Soft and Dry.
Hi, I'm Sandy Duncan, and like most everybody, I am a snack lover. In fact, right now, I love some Wheat Thins. Wheat Thins taste really good, and they're full of natural whole wheat. So they make a terrific snack right out of the box, or you could put something on top. Look, when you're having a snack, why not have something really good? Wheat Thins. They call them the light little cracker with the big wheat taste from Nabisco. Love them.
Introducing the Kodak Instant Camera with a twist. Meet the Crank.
Can you feel a brand new day?
Imagine instant pictures with color. Color by Kodak. Just crank, 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 and in minutes you get bright, colorful, instant pictures with a textured satin luxe finish. See your photo dealer and shake hands with the Crank. The Kodak Instant Camera with a twist.
Know how I save money? With unsweetened Kool-Aid and sugar, just like my mom did. I remember how she'd mix a big pitcher full. Kool-Aid was so good and so inexpensive. It's still as delicious as ever. Today, with my sugar, it's about 12 cents a quart. Has vitamin C, too. I like giving Kathy what my mom gave me.
Kool-Aid brand soft drink mix and your sugar. You loved it as a kid, you trust it as a mother.
Charlie and I were in the park. Then this man came up and said, would I like to see some puppies? And I said yes. And I was going to go, but Charlie stopped me. Charlie's reminded me, my mum says I shouldn't go off with people I don't know. Then the man went away. We went and told Mummy, and she said we'd been very good. I got an apple and Charlie got something he likes. He says never go anywhere with men or ladies you don't know.
There's one thing that Pete would just as soon eat every day of his life. He really goes for those noodles, so I give him the Campbell life.
Pete's idea of the perfect lunch is any lunch with Campbell's Chicken Noodle-O Soup. There's lots of chickeny flavor and little round noodles for him, but not a lot of work for me.
That's noodle okay.
Give me the Campbell life.
Class, you're my butter lovers, right?
Right.
Now, I know you folks love butter more than anything, except me.
Yeah.
So, Julie's got something special for your pancakes. Log Cabin buttered syrup. Why, it's got that good old-fashioned flavor with real butter, too. Rich, thick, and smooth, just the way you like. Take Julie's advice. Fix up your pancakes with Log Cabin's buttered syrup. Butter lovers truly love it. Mm-hmm.
When a fruit and cereal lover finishes that last piece of fruit, she's finished. That's why Post makes Raisin Bran with so many sweet, chewy raisins. She can get fruit in her first spoonful, her next spoonful, and her next. The way Post makes Raisin Bran, she can get fruit in every spoonful and never have to run out. No wonder Post Raisin Bran is the fruit and cereal lover's cereal.
My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that? I want to make my hair look like my sister's. VO5 shampoo.
5 special ingredients, 3 to clean, 2 for manageability.
You used my shampoo.
How'd you know?
Fabulous hair.
VO5 shampoo with 5 special ingredients.
It's so easy to own Tercel.
1988 Toyota Tercel EZ. Only $59.98. The price will take you right back to the 50s.
Who could ask for anything more? Toyota.
If we let them, most dogs would eat their way to a weight problem. But because extra pounds aren't good for dogs, Alpo introduces a food that is. New Alpo Light with real meat, 100% adult nutrition, and 25% less calories than our regular canned dog food. So with new Alpo Light, your dog won't gain any more, and he won't have to eat any less. New Alpo Light, the healthy way to satisfy a healthy appetite.
4 years ago, Scott Emerson was lying in this hospital suffering from a heart attack. Since then, his doctor prescribed a regimen of exercise, the right foods, and Bayer aspirin. Studies show aspirin helps reduce the risk of heart attacks. Ask your doctor how Bayer may help you. Not long ago, Scott Emerson had a heart attack. Today, he had a son. Bayer, the wonder drug that works wonders.
I have a friend who says, if only I had such nice blonde hair. You can. She says, if only I had hair with such life. You can, with Preference by L'Oreal. Preference color is translucent with subtle shadings. And you do want your hair to be healthy looking. Well, that's the Preference difference. So, Angela, don't tell me you can't. Just repeat after me. I'm worth it. Feel better?
Performing Preference from L'Oreal.
I found my thrill. Hyundai salutes the practical, sensible, non-frivolous youth of America. They've had the wisdom to purchase durable, reliable automobiles with front-wheel drive, room for 5, and loads of standard features. All this at prices that start as low as $53.95. Congratulations, young people, and happy driving. Hyundai, cars that make sense.
Good morning. Well, it's a great day if you're in the traffic.
Introducing the all-new Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Once you've driven it, everything else is just traffic.
See your nearby Silver Star Olds dealer today.
We're here at the National Space Satellite Dish, where for 3 days in a row, scientists have received messages from deep space. Dr. Gilbert.
At precisely 12 noon, we have received this signal.
And now, as the hour of 12 approaches, we listen for these strange sounds.
It's no mystery where great refreshment comes from. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
In 1979, 27 men in Munich began a project that became a quest, that became a car. Spare nothing, they were told, but build the finest, most spirited luxury sedan in the world. That car has now arrived in America, and it's called the BMW 750iL.
My brother Dick bought a Magnavox camcorder. Gonna shoot TV movies, right, Dick?
Sure.
Big lights, the whole thing.
Don't need lights. With this, I could shoot by candlelight.
Yeah, but he's forgetting about outdoor action and all
Hey,
that.
it's got high shutter speed for clean, fast action.
Yeah, but what about all the other things? You've got to be in...
Tom, this new camcorder by Magnavox has got everything. It's fully automatic, has instant playback, weighs just 3.5 pounds, and it's so simple that even my...
Yeah, I know. Even his brother can use it.
That's right, you got it. Look over here. Come on.
Cold pills travel all through your body before they relieve your stuffed nose. But Dristan nasal spray works faster. Plus, it has a special new ingredient to soothe and moisturize nasal passages. Dristan, relief right on the nose.
Seems like Chevy's been trying to pull the wool over your eyes in recent truck comparisons with Ford.
Smart truck buyers know Ford has the strongest sixes, most powerful V8s, biggest payload, and they know value. They know Ford costs $914 less than Chevy. Plus, they can get $500 cash back. See your West Texas Ford dealer. He won't pull the wool over your eyes. He'll just give you the best value on the #1 selling trucks in Texas, Ford.
We know how you love shrimp.
A great deal of shrimp. Whoa, what a deal.
Even kids love shrimp.
Shrimp, 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 shrimp. Not to mention shrimp.
We know how you love shrimp.
The Red Lobster Shrimp Festival. Try the shrimp and crab leg feast, just $10.95 on Fridays and Saturdays only.
I've been writing a lot of stories about aspirin lately, but if you think you've heard all the news about aspirin, think again. Clinical tests now show there's an even better aspirin formula. It's Anacin. Listen, the tests show that compared to regular strength aspirin, Anacin provides a more effective level of pain relief, better relief. The latest good news about aspirin is Anacin.
Anacin, a better aspirin formula.
Good morning. Well, it's a great day if you're in the traffic.
Introducing the all-new Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Once you've driven it, everything else is just traffic.
As a scientist, my eyes have to be 100%. When they're red, burning, or irritated, I use Visine.
Visine gives 100% of what you need to relieve all these symptoms.
That's what I call 100% relief. What more could you ask for?
Raisin Nut Bran tastes better. Tastes better than Kellogg's, better than Post. It's got juicy nut-covered raisins and big, crisp flakes.
People have a better time around Raisin Nut Bran.
The best tasting Raisin Bran.
Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way, like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild, born to be wild.
Listen to the sounds of competition. So clear, so close, you'd never guess we actually recorded them long distance on the digital fiber optic network of U.S. Sprint. To sample us on your own phone, call this fiber optic number now. U.S. Sprint, official long-distance sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team.
Charlie's dad is a dentist, so when Charlie gets some teeth, chances are he'll chew great-tasting Trident. Because more dentists and their families chew Trident than all other sugarless gums combined. Trident. Millions of teeth can't be wrong. On career day, this class found out that more dentists and their families chew great-tasting Trident than all other sugarless gums combined. Now, guess what they all want to be when they grow up? Trident. Millions of teeth can't be wrong.
Excuse me.
No problem. We know about kaopectate, too.
Kaopectate actually absorbs the germs that can cause diarrhea.
Kaopectate bags. The diarrhea specialist.
With so much
Check, testing, 1, 2, fuck it.
Yeah, let's do this, baby. Good morning, Joey. How are you today?
What's going on, dude?
Man. Boy, was I having a shitty day health-wise yesterday. Man. Oh. Yeah. I was not doing good yesterday. Was having chest pains and shit. Had to go lay down. I was eating breakfast and I'm like, wow, man, I don't feel so hot. What's up this morning, dude? Why are you not feeling good? A shit night last night. Yeah, sometimes work does that to you. I hate that. I hate it. I had an okay night at work. I went to work at about 4. Actually, it was about almost 5 o'clock. I went to the hardware store, got my paint and caulk, and went over there and got started. By the time my alarm went off at 6, I was already done caulking, done scraping and priming a door jamb, and was halfway through painting everything that I had to paint. But I'm going to go back later in the week and do another coat, because it needs more paint. More paint! So, I couldn't ship the package. Stupid self-service. I hate those self-service kiosks. Ugh. You know, perfect that shit first. I don't get it, you know. Like, I go into a Taco Bell or something and I'm like, can I order here? She says, no, we have to go to the kiosk. And she'll walk me over to the kiosk and then ask for my order and then punch it in and then take me back over to the cash register to pay cash. I'm like, this is stupid. What the fuck happened to customer service anymore, you know? Now, we got robots making our fucking food. We got kiosks taking our fucking orders. No. You know, what do people do? Just sit in the back and feed the machine? I don't know, you know. I just stay away from kiosks. I'm like, give me a fucking human. I know I'm paying somebody to do something here, and it ain't this fucking machine. Oh, that bugs me. Don't get me started on kiosks. Oh. My coffee is dumbed down this morning. Because of my chest pains yesterday, I decided to do half coffee and half milk. So, it tastes good. It's a little weak, but that's okay. As long as I get my little coffee break here. It's totally Television Tuesday, man. See, our post office is not 24/7. You can't even check your P.O. box after hours. They lock the doors. Unfortunately, we had some vandalism at our local post office, so they just decided, you know what? Fuck you. You want your mail? You can get it during normal business hours. Otherwise, stay the fuck out of the post office. I'd have done the same thing. And you know what it is that down the road here, about 5 minutes that way, east of here on Highway 62, is the courthouse, the county courthouse. Way out here in the middle of nowhere. They are not stupid. They're in San Bernardino County. They send all of their shit-heel fucking problems out here, try them in this court out here, and that way, when they get released from prison or jail or wherever the fuck they come from, they dump them out here at this jailhouse, this courthouse here. Now they're out here in the middle of nowhere. It takes them forever when they get dropped off on a Tuesday today. It takes them forever to get their shit together and get out of the desert and back to wherever they're from. And some of them have to stay in the area. You gotta stay near the courthouse, see your PO and all that. It's like bullshit. It is bullshit. So every Tuesday, you can see new transient people walking up and down the highway carrying bags of Walmart groceries, bags of this, dragging a suitcase that they just picked up at the thrift shop, putting on a backpack, walking around. And you could totally tell their eyes are huge. They're like, where the fuck am I? It's hot. Help. It's sad. Once again, if I won the lottery, I would create a human station right here in town, and I would put one right across from the courthouse. I would put a human station, just a place where there's trees and grass and bathrooms and showers and a place to set up a tent and camp and be free, right? That's a human station. A place where there's food, clothing, a place, you know, like a thrift shop, only more like a donation center, where you can get there, find a change of clothes, find a meal, take a shower, get cleaned up, make a phone call, right? Could they just dump them off out here in the desert? And then what? Within a couple of weeks, they're right back into the shit again, because they just want to get out of the desert. Take me back to jail. It's 120 out here. It's fucking bullshit, you know? What happened to rehabilitation? Nope. And you can't even serve your time and pay your debt to society and move on, because nobody wants to see you as somebody who's changed. You're just marked, right? Oh, you're one of those. Every single Tuesday, and then days after that, I see people walking around, you know, well, aren't that what people are supposed to do? Walk around? Yeah. It's obvious these people are new to the area. It's obvious to someone like me that they just got out, right? They just got out and got dumped off, and they took the bus into town here. Don't go to 29 Palms. They don't want you there. So they wind up here in Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley because we're the closest. We are the closest little village town to the courthouse. At the courthouse, there's a hospital and a highway patrol and a sheriff's office, and that's it. That's all that's on that block, out miles away from everything. They did that on purpose. They're not stupid, San Bernardino County. They know that all they have to do is be responsible for these people once they pick them up from the courthouse and then dump them back off. After that, why dump them off in the city? Dump them off in the middle of nowhere, right? The middle of nowhere. And every single Tuesday and days after that, the clueless people walking around with their newly purchased thrift shop backpack or rolly suitcase, right? I'm telling you. I am telling you. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. What's really crazy, it's totally Television Tuesday, and I just want to sit here and go blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. But what I need is a cigarette. I need a cigarette. I need like a Camel or a Pall Mall. I would really kill for a Pall Mall right now. Totally. I need me a Pall Mall. The other day I was totally craving a cigarette. I guess because I was working. You know? You get those cravings. Especially if it's something you used to do and you had a cigarette in your mouth all the time. And then after a long time you do that thing and you're like, where's my cigarette? Hello.
album of the day. Album of the day is a twofer. So we've got Firefall, Luna Sea. And we got it on 8-track. And this looks like I've been through this 8-track before. It needs a new splice, but the one that's on here looks okay. But I'll replace it anyway. Totally. So later on this week, we're going to break out this Pioneer player, and we're going to take a look at it and see what's going on. Oh, geez, dearie. I'm telling you. I am telling you. The hanky-panky going on in this country. Oh, my goodness. I mean, I'm telling you, man. There's something needs to be fixed, man. And I think it's people. People need to be fixed, man. People are fucking losers. Most people. Most people. I was talking to my wife the other day about the world population and how most of the world population is just easily like herded into any kind of thought. Good day, Joey. Take care of yourself. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you. Don't tell Natalie, but I think we're gonna get a house for the first weekend you're here, and have some of her friends over for the evening. So you get to meet some of her friends and some of my friends. Some of my friends are gonna come over. So that'll be neat. And we'll just have a little dinner party, and then once dinner's over, us adults will all leave, and you guys can have the run of the house. So we're gonna work on that today and try to get that set up. And then of course that means that you'll have a place to hang your hat for a few days too. So yeah, peace, take it easy, man. Have a good day. Is there anybody else out there? Cause like I was sensing, I got this vibe, you know, like there was someone else around. But that's cool. I can dig it. If you just want to be like a wallflower, I can totally dig it, man. Totally dig it. I think instead of a palm mall, we're gonna do some bong hits there with the old graphics. That's it. So let me get some coffee in me, you know. That needs heat. That needs some heat. I will have to be putting some heat upon that. So, like, you know, I'm looking for, what do you call them? Verbal or text or comment donations. I need somebody to donate an idea or a thought or a direction, right? Donate something to talk about. That's it. That's what kind of donations I'm taking. I'm taking ideas as donations. So if you got an idea, donate it there in the comments. So we got some direction, eh? For sure, dude. Alright, I'm gonna heat up my coffee and then do a barn hit. Doing a barn hit. So while I'm gone, let's get someone out there to give me a suggestion. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Give me a suggestion on something that we need to discuss this morning. 70s and 80s. All right, we want to be in the past. So give me some topics about the 70s and 80s that we want to talk about. Movies, TV, music, people, places, current events, 70s and 80s, that kind of stuff. I'm going to heat up my coffee and then come back and do a bong hit and dig around and see what I can pull out, right? See if I can pull a rabbit out of a hat, man. Alright? So, don't go anywhere. We'll just heat up my coffee. I'll be right back. Totally. Ooh, that's hot. That's some hot coffee now. So let's talk a little bit about community. Let's do that. Let's talk about community. What does it mean, that word community? What does it mean to you? What does it really mean? What is it all about? Is there someone there who would like to talk to me about community? Anyone? 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 All right. Give me a few minutes here, and I will get the ball rolling, talking about what I feel it is to have a sense of community, right? Because I think that it is an important word, and it is an important action, it is an important feeling to have. And I think its lack of it right now in the world, I think, is what is the major problem. Lack of community, right? Lack of giving a shit about the other guy. And that's all it comes down to, right? It's caring about your fellow man. And it's all there in the Bible. It's all in there in, Bill of Rights and stuff. To care about each other, to give a shit, to put people above certain things and values, right? People come first. That's period. That's the way it should be. And it's a little skewed. It's not exactly that way. And it should be. And it's just not quite there. So what does it mean to you to have community? What is it? What is community? What does it mean to you? What does that word mean? Do you know? Do you feel a sense of community in your area, in your neighborhood, in your town, in your family? What is community, and how does it affect you every day? And how do you affect your community every day? That's an important thing to think about. Community is community is everything when it comes to humanity. How we show our humanity is right there in how we express our sense of community. You know what I mean? So what does it mean for you? Just an average schlub, an average Joe. What does it mean for you, community, and to have a sense of community? It's kind of a fickle thing, community. It comes, it goes. It pops up when people are in trouble, or there's a crisis, or something has happened, and then people rally together, and you see this sense of community and people kind of flowering, and then it all just goes away. It's there, and then it's gone. And you always see candlelight vigils and people getting together to rally to help some lost soul, in some kind of crisis. And it should be more than a pop-up store. It really should. Community should be more than just, we're in trouble, we need help, let's, let's get everybody together for this one thing. It's more than, it's got to be more than that. You know, let's get everybody together, period, and make a sense of community that we can all really be proud of. Oh shit, what'd I do with it? It fell. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. I had a glass screen here for my bong and I dropped it. I dropped it. Let's see. Let's see. I might have to just grab another one. Let's see if if it slipped into this cabinet here. Oh, it's gone. It seems to have hit the floor. Yeah. And I'll have to just grab another one. Yeah, there it is. There we go. I didn't want to grab another one. So anyway, community. I love small towns because that's where you find the biggest sense of community in small areas where people are neighborly, people talk to each other, you know people at the store, everywhere you go you see a familiar face, right? That's what I love about small towns, is the friendliness, the cordiality. You just don't get that in a big place. The bigger the place you go, it becomes like corporate, right? So, in fact, the neighbor, one of our neighbors, he left a corporate restaurant because he's having some family issues that he needs to take care of. He and his wife need to take care of these family issues. So they need time off that conflicts with a regular corporate schedule, right? And so they just switched places. It's like, you know, we're going to go work for a mom and pop place because they give a fuck. They see beyond, you know, employee-employer relationship. And that right there shows a sense of community, right? So my little story about community, and it's just a short one from last night, and it's kind of our community here is a mobile home park with various permanent tenants, like an apartment complex, kind of. So we've got over 20 spaces or sites or units, right? So with people and families living in each unit. So we've got a little, my wife, she knows everybody by name. Everybody. And usually the dogs and the cats and the kids and everybody. So that right there says community. When somebody knocks on the door and says, hey, can I borrow a tool? And they know that I have a tool and that I'm not afraid to loan a tool out, right? That says community. Last night I was off painting and it was 7:15 and I'm like, oh, I gotta get home. So about 7:30 I'm finally, 7:30, 7:45, I'm finally headed down the road, and I talked to my wife, and she's like, well, I didn't make dinner and we haven't eaten, so figure out something. We'll figure out something at home and you can grab yourself something and yada yada yada. So I had to go to the store and get some bananas in case I went into leg cramps, and I got a couple of things. But I came home and I made some beef bolognese, just a little pasta dish, and some garlic toast, right? And so I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm just going to go home and have what's at home, because that's what my wife would want me to do. That's what my daughter would do. She would just, no, let's go home and eat. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to follow the family. So I'm like, well, the girls, they're not going to have anything to eat, right? But I guess that's the plan tonight, is that we all just kind of wing it, potluck it. So I pull up, and a couple of days ago, my wife had went to help a friend clean her house after she had guests. And that friend has chickens and gave her like 2 18 packs of eggs. And I'm like, honey, what are you going to do with these eggs? And she said, oh, I'm going to run some up to the neighbor. So she ran a bunch of eggs up to the neighbor and was gone forever talking. And then this last night, I got home with just a couple of things from the store, nothing for dinner. And I close the gate and walk up the steps and go inside the house, and here comes my neighbor from up where my wife had just taken the eggs, and he had just pulled up at the same time. And he's the guy who works at a restaurant, right? And so he comes running up with a bag and says, hey. So I said, oh, well, what do we got? And he says, well, I got some food. And I said, well, great, what is it? And he said, well, I got some shrimp bowl and stuff. I'm like, that is awesome, dude. It's because he always brings home leftover food from the restaurant and then just shares, right? Which is what we do here. We bring stuff home when people give us things and we've got too much. We don't just hoard it and then try to eat it as quick as possible. We spread the love, you know. And I think that right there, coming home with nothing planned for dinner and being fed by the neighbor, that right there for me is a strong sense of community. You know, my wife and daughter both had big plates full of shrimp and potatoes and corn, and just like those big pots of stuff that they pour on the table onto a newspaper, and it's just all kinds of seafood. This was just shrimp and big chunks of spicy sausage, and it was kind of like a shrimp gumbo, right? And it was really, really good. So the girls had that, and I had my beef bolognese. I didn't want to do shrimp. So that was pretty cool last night. So thanks, guys. That was awesome to have a surprise dinner right when we needed it. And it was like 8 o'clock, after 8. And yeah, the whole dinner thing, eating, has become a real nightmare for me because my schedule is so screwed up. So I just wind up eating like at all weird hours, right? And then try to sleep. Like last night, I didn't get into bed until after 11, and then around midnight or so, my daughter poked her head in to grab a dog to take to bed. And then I was up twice taking a leak between 12 and 4 in the morning, so I don't really get a lot of sleep. Period. I just don't get some sleep, period. So that's all right. I'm used to it. Insomnia has been a way of life since I was a little kid. So I'm totally used to it. Everybody else would be passed out and I'd be wide awake, watching TV, staring at my eyelids, watching other people sleep. This is fucking horrible. As a kid, it was horrible. As I got older, it was a blessing, right? I'd stay awake for days at a time without doing drugs, and my friends are all cranked out, and I'm just up. How do you do it, man? How do you stay awake? You don't want to know. You wish you wish you don't know. Just don't even talk about it. You don't want to know what insomnia is like. It would suck if I had insomnia and narcolepsy, right? That would suck. Can never sleep unless you're out in the world doing stuff, and then all of a sudden just get some sleep. Oh yeah, sure, it's that easy. It's just totally that easy. So what's your stories of community? What do you do in your community? I feel such a strong sense of community that if we were to like win the lottery, okay, hypothetical thing, you win the lottery, you get all this money, what do you do with it? I only need like $1 million, right? Give me like $1 million and I'm happy. I take the rest of it and put it into a fund, right? Some place where it just grows. And then take the interest out of that every month and dribble it off and give it to somebody. The first big chunk, I would probably invest in my community. Put up a couple of human stations along the highway here. Get other communities to invest in the people, right? That would be great. But create a sense of. I would want to drag some of my friends and neighbors and stuff out to a compound, right? My God, he's talking about some kind of commune. No, a place where people could just live, pay property taxes, live off the grid, grow their own food, raise their own animals and their family, and that kind of stuff, Some kind of halfway hippie shit. Been there, done that. I'm talking doing it so that it helps people, Just the idea of near the court having a place where people can walk out of court after being released from jail or prison or whatever and be able to walk into an air-conditioned building, right? Use a phone, go through a room that has clothing and pick out some clothing, get a shower, get something nice to eat, and make some phone calls, and just chill out, and then have a shuttle that just goes from there to an actual human station where you can camp, and to the middle of town where the grocery stores are. And this little shuttle just kind of goes back and forth to the three places so that people can get their shit together, right? And in the human station across from the courthouse, there should be rehabilitation there. There should be drug and alcohol counseling. There should be anger management. There should be job health assistance. There should be all kinds of help. There should be classes that you can take. You can get a ride from there over to the college, and at the college you can take a course for free on, some kind of technical training, right? That's what should happen when you get out of, like other countries, when you get out of jail, they actually try to help you, I mean, I've seen some jails and prisons that just shit on the American penal system. He said penal. Because it sucks. I mean, it's like prisons for profit here in the U.S. So of course they want them to return. They're not going to rehabilitate them. They want them back. They need production to go up. It's fucking sick. And then California license plates. There's an issue with California license plates. I thought that people were doing this to their license plates. I thought people were taking their license plates and scraping off or scrubbing off the white in between the numbers, because I see this all of like the license plate has been sandblasted except for the color of the letters, and I'm like, wow, why do people do that? It doesn't affect anything. They're still, and it's not the people that are doing that, it's the license plate. We've had 3 cars where the license plates have just gone bad. First of all, there's a clear coat over the license plate that bubbles up and separates away from the license plate. that peels off, and when it peels off underneath, the white, the reflective white paint, just turns into powder and just pretty much just blows off. It's ridiculous. And then the kicker, the real kicker is that you get a ticket when they can't read your license plate, and you have to go and buy a new one. And it is a defect. It's a fucking scam. That's why they give license. They'll give a license to anyone. They will help you to pass the test. Why? Because they want your fucking money. That's why we have so many idiot drivers. 50 years ago, most of the people on the road would not be on the road because they would not have been able to pass the fucking test. Period. Period. Fucking period. I'm telling you, man. Fucking period. Period. And I mean it. And I mean period. So I just, it really gasses me, man. Really. So Totally Television Tuesday. Last night, I get home just in time to watch American Ninja Warrior with my wife, because it's one of those shows I love to hate watch, and it's one of those shows, competition shows, that she and I can sit and talk about, and my daughter will come in and sit down and hang out for a few minutes and watch the competition, and it's fun. And last night was ladies' night. It was the women's competition stuff. So it was pretty cool. And of course, the girl Taylor Greene, who had started it when she was a little girl, is now grown up, 17 or 18 now, and she's kicking ass. And she's just a phenomenon. The way she glides through the course is really, really cool. So that's really fun. And I like to see people who are going after the best in themselves, right? And you see a lot of that out there. Every once in a while you'll see somebody who's out there competing against the other people, but for the most part, they're just competing against themselves alongside someone else, right? So it's pretty cool. And when you get those youngsters that have grown up in this and are now beating the veterans that spurn them on to glory in themselves, right? It's just awesome. It's just awesome sauce. So I love to hate watch that show. Mainly it's the backstories. I just get sick of the fucking backstories. It's like, you know what? You've got hours and hours and hours of action, and you're gonna spend 3 minutes on a stupid ass fucking backstory that we've heard a million fucking times, right? It's like you should be showing action, and then in a pop-up screen you should be showing, here's start the action, and while we're watching the action, here's the pop-up backstory, and it pops up down here, and you can either watch that or the fucking action, right? I'd be watching the fucking action. Do your pop-up, do your fucking backstory, but continue with the action. There should never be a dull moment in those fucking shows. If you're gonna do backstory, run it along the bottom, put it in a little pop-up, make the backstory the main, but put the game, the sport, the event, put it in a pop-up. Keep the fucking action going. Those shows just drag you down. I'd rather watch the fucking commercials than the goddamn backstories, right? It's like, yeah, I know. You got an illness, I know. Someone just passed away, I know. You've had a rough life, I know. You got no parents, I know. It's just, it's just the same old, you keep pulling on those heartstrings. After a while, it just becomes tedious. You don't want to know anything about these people anymore. You just want to know that they can kick ass or they can't, period. Fucking backstories. Oh, sick of it. The backstory, kids. Shut up. people are like turning off my show. Like, oh, he doesn't like the backstories. He's an anti-backstory guy. Fuck him. Totally. I'm going in. Cover me. Nobody. The sound of crickets. Totally. What the hell is this shit this morning I got last night? Evergreen berry. That's about what it tastes like. It tastes like a fruity Christmas tree. Oh, it's a little coffee. It's a little diesely, a little soury. But it's got a good buzz. A hint of Christmas tree with fruity pebble notes. What is this, a fucking wino? Yeah, hear me now and whine about me later. So I'm taking it easy on coffee today. My coffee is a little over half coffee and the rest is just milk and creamer. Yesterday I was having some chest pains, which is not unusual for me. I've been having, what do they call those? Chest cramps. For, oh gosh, almost 30 years. I actually seen several doctors, and the consensus was that what I'm feeling is not heart related, it's GERD related. And if I just drink a little ice cold water, it goes away. And it does, but I also eat an aspirin too, just to be on the safe side. So, regardless of what it is, when I get those chest pains, I try to cover all bases, right? Yeah, I'm going to drink a little cold water and try to get that GERD to calm down. But at the same time, I'm also going to put an aspirin under my tongue, swallow one, and sit down and breathe real slow and shallow. And try to get my heart to calm down as well, just in case. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure that it's both. So, and it could be either one at any given time. But I'll tell you what, if it comes to dying of cancer or having a heart attack, hey, give me a heart attack. I'll take that. I've seen how cancer can take you out slowly, and that's just ain't going there. Ain't going there. I'm sure something will happen to keep that from being the ultimate conclusion. So the album of the day is a twofer. It's Luna Sea, not Lunacy, but Luna Sea by Firefall, and it's got great songs on there. This one is from 1977. It is their second album. Their first release, Firefall, the self-titled, was in 77. Firefall is still releasing albums and touring today under a new band configuration, but much of the old guys still there. And their latest two albums are family and friends albums where they sing and perform songs from bands from their past, right? So Just Remember I Love You is one that's on here. Someday Soon, that's a good one. Even Steven, that's another good one. Anyway, Luna Sea by Firefall, 1977. And let me go over here and see if I can dig it up and bring it. Oh, I don't want that. I want this. See if I can bring up Luna C from Firefall. Oh, Graham Greene dies, age 73. Damn it, I hate having to make these additions. Graham Greene played the Indian Native American Sioux warrior opposite of Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves. Graham Greene, dead at 73. There you go. He was always great to watch. Anything he did, he was just fun to watch. Alright, Luna C. Let's see. Firefall, Luna C, full album playlist. Brian Higgins. Alright, we're going to go with this one because it's got 11 videos. One of them is an unreleased, but I don't like that. It's like an hour long of something that is not right. Yeah, let's do this one because there's only 10 on the track. There we go. Let's share that one. Totally, you know, dirty. And hoogly boogly. Just gonna go over here and put this link, sausage link, into the works. Drink some coffee. Did you wake yourself up drooling? Big dog. You big boy. What's up? You need to go outside? What's up, buddy? He's such a funny dog. He is such a funny dog. He is so funny. Alright, we're going to paste this there and add it, and then we're going to put in Luna C 1977. There it is, Firefall. Alright. There we go, people. So there's that. Now I gotta go heat up my coffee and get another bong hit ready, because this is the morning show. That's what we do in the mornings. Same thing I've been doing since I was a kid in high school, junior high even, getting up and doing hits. Anyway, the topic of the day is Police Squad, the TV series, and Community. What is your story about Community? Give me a story about Community. What do you do in your community to give you a sense of that word? And what does that word mean to you, right? I'll be right back. What's up, dog? You okay? You doing all right, doggy? I was talking to my wife about community last night, and she said, yeah, it's common in in Mexican culture for people to share. She said that's just the way it is, you know. If you're the neighbor and you've got something to share, you just share. You just openly share. You don't make any big deals about it. You're just like, here, I got a little extra, here you go. And then it's returned in kind at some point, or it's not, and it's not a big deal, right? And I was explaining to her that when I was a kid, I felt a lot of that. I grew up as a really young kid in Sierra Madre, California, in the 1970s, and it was a counterculture hippie community, right? And it was a community, you know. Everybody, literally, all the people watched over all the kids, and everybody kind of took care of each other. You know, if someone was hungry, they didn't go hungry. And the bummer was, I explained to her that when we left that counterculture hippie community in Sierra Madre Canyon, that part of us didn't come with us, right? And I was reflecting on how unfortunate it was that my parents didn't cultivate that in us, and as well try to cultivate that in others, you know. And it was kind of an unfortunate bummer that we had that early in my life, and we just left it behind, like changing underwear, you know. And that sucked. And I didn't really find it again until I left home and started staying with other families and other friends and their relatives. And then I found that sense of community again, right? But I had to leave home to find it, and that sucked. But I found it. And then, of course, the woman I married is a very communal person and is willing to help. You know, the neighbor, you know, he probably gets tired of us. Hey, dude, what's going on? He's a shut-in, you know, recluse, invalid guy that don't go nowhere, don't do nothing. So we, you know, try our best to involve ourselves in his life. Because, you know, that's what community's for. You know what I mean? So what are your stories of community? What do you do in your town to make your town better, right? In your neighborhood, on your block. It doesn't take much, you know. And it's okay to talk about it, you know. It's okay to feel good about that kind of stuff and to pat yourself on the back and think, yeah, I take care of people. I do this, I do that. And then how can you do more? How can you step it up? You know? Because if everybody stepped up and did a little bit more and then a little bit more, I mean, the world wouldn't have any fucking problems. We'd have people out there doing shit. Not people running around going, man, I wish it would get better. Or, you know what, I'll pray. Let's light some candles. That'll do it. Let's actually do something. How's that? You know? You know, there's that sign that I'm always passing down on the highway that says prayer changes things. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But so does actually doing shit, too. You know? Why don't you pray for some fucking... for some dynamite under your ass to get you up to go do something, right? Pray for that. That was the old saying, right? What do you need, dynamite under your ass to get up? Some people, yeah. Some people, they would rather just go to work, go home, watch TV, and Sundays go to church, pay some money for somebody else to pray for them, right? That's not what church is, you know? Church begins at home, you know? Religion begins at home. Community begins at home. All this shit begins at home. And if you're paying somebody else to fucking think about it, man, what kind of home do you got? Do shit, you know? Do something. Something, anything. Something good, something productive. Something that's going to help somebody or change somebody's life. You know, there's a lot of shit to be done. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. There's a lot of people out there who can actually do something, and they choose to sit at home on their couch, on their phone, and not even be communal with their own family. Don't bother me now. I'm FaceTiming Susan. Sorry, Susan. But no, you know, I mean, come on, people. Let's do something. Do something in your community. There's a challenge, an internet challenge. Do something. Do something to help your community. There you go. You know, once again, aside from just doing what I can normally do to help my community, it's that big thing. If I could just do something big, right, to help, I think that would just urge people, snowball into something bigger, right? And it would literally take, what are those ninja kids, right? One of those ninja kids with a backstory. Yeah, there was stuff going on in my neighborhood and we needed something, so I raised money and then I started a program to help. I need one of those kids, right? That would work. Some kid to start a program. So, you know, do something aside from doing that, you know, starting a program or getting some kind of thing going. Just do something. Pick something in your neighborhood that needs attention and take care of it. And then, you know, you're out there cleaning and fixing, and somebody's like, well, what's going on? What are you doing? Hand them a fucking shovel and get them busy. Hey, Marge, guess what? We're helping. People love that shit, you know. People love to be involved and feel proud about having accomplished something, especially in their own community. Look at them kids playing over there. We did that, Marge. Shut up, Harry. You never do nothing. All you did was stand there with the shovel. Whatever it is, get involved, you know. If you're an old guy, go down there and tell people how to do shit. If you're a young guy, go down there and learn something from those old people, right? I keep urging my daughter, you know, do something with kids and old people. I don't like kids. I can't talk to people. I'm like, you're like the easiest person to talk to. I see you out in the world talking to people and strangers and your friends and other. I said, people love to talk to you. You're so easy to get along with. You're so easy to talk. Yeah, but it makes me nervous and I don't like. I said, well, then use that. You know, find strength in those things that unnerve you, right? Turn that into a positivity. It's 6 a.m. here on the Pacific West Coast. So says my alarm. I don't know why it's set for 6. Apparently I was having to get up and do something at 6 in the morning one day. Oh, it was Saturday when I had to get up and go to work. That's what it was. So now it's just set for every day. I should have canceled it. Damn it. Oh. If I could get sponsored by some well-to-do, wealthy person who just wants to throw money into a project that will help people, or I were to win the lottery, even if it were my own money, you know, win the lottery and get a big giant chunk of money and use a bunch of it to help not just myself, because I couldn't see myself living in a giant mansion even if I had $500 million or $1 billion, right? I couldn't see that. I could see myself living in a giant RV, pulling a giant trailer as big as the RV, and moving from small piece of property to small piece of property around the country, and having little dwellings and warehouses on each piece of property, but have tiny home communities on each piece of property. So while we're gone, the communities, the homestead is still active and things are going on, right? That would be awesome. That would be totally freaking awesome. And build little places all over the country that are just that go to a place that are just there to help people. Go to a place where you see like way too many homeless, way too many people in need, and set up a human station, set up a donation center, set up a volunteer area, set up a place where they can either have classes or take you to community colleges for classes. A place where you can work on yourself, you know. Because if you don't, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You gotta do it, right? Change comes with actually getting up off your ass and fucking doing something. You can pray for help, but you gotta do the fucking work. You know? Change changes things. And yes, in each one of these human centers, there needs to be also a spiritual center, a place where you can go and, you know, read some religious text or pray to your God, or, you know, just find strength, or whatever it takes, you know, whatever it does for you. There needs to be a place for that, for whatever kind of religion you follow, right? Because it's important for a lot of people, right? And so if we're going to talk humanism, if we're going to talk, you know, a human station, then you should include kind of all aspects of humanity and how to help people from different angles, you know. If it's religion that's going to get to people and get them to change and become a better human, then you go after them that way. If it's education, you go after them that way. If it's money, you teach them how to make fucking money, you know. However they need help, you have to have people there who can recognize what they need and help them, you know, and just help, you know, show them the door, but they gotta fucking walk through it. You know, and it's like you get 3 chances. You sign up, you register, you do what you gotta do, you get your help, you do your stuff, do your classes, get a job, move on. And you get 3 chances. You get 3 chances during your stay, and if you fuck up the 4th time, you're gone. And you get 3 chances to come back. You wind up in jail again, you gotta come back. You wind up homeless again, you gotta come back. Whatever the reasons are, you got 3 fucking chances. And inside of each of those 3 chances, you got 3 chances. So that's 9 chances you get to put your shit back together, right? Ain't that enough? I mean, now you got, you know, you're a cat. So get your shit together. Should people have that many chances? Yeah, people should have unlimited fucking chances. Because it might be that 10th time that's gonna make the difference. And maybe by screwing up 9 times, they'll realize that they have to do the 10th on their own. And actually do it and succeed. You know, people helping people help people. That's it. That's all it should be about. You know, I was telling my daughter last night, she's gonna go get her hair done, right? And I said, well, I already got a reverse mohawk. I just need to get these things sticking out here. And she just shook her head and walked away. Right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. That's what. So, yeah, absolutely nothing. I think what we are going to do, though, is another bong hit. Hey, another bong hit. Another sip of coffee. I sense, once again, that there's somebody there, but they're just lurking. They're just lurking. Are you lurking? Are you a lurker? It's better than being a shirker, right? Most humans are shirkers. Oh yeah, they'll go do their jobs and stress over paying bills, but they're shirkers because they they don't actually give a shit about themselves. Or more people we would have, and if humans gave a shit about all humans, right? It's like we just wind up being slaves, and we never get to. There should be so many artists and musicians and poets and creative people out there, but we're so stifled from birth. Get them into public school as quick as possible, and then control them and manipulate them. And some schools are nice, most schools suck. Most school is just indoctrination into the fucked up shit that you have to deal with as an adult. You know? And that's no good, baby. My daughter is now an adult, and she recognizes a lot of what happened when she was young, growing up, going into public school, right? She recognizes it because she's not an idiot, and we helped her to recognize it all through school. You know, that you can't rely 100% on the school system. They're just guidelines, right? In society, they're guidelines. At home, she got the big picture, which is what most kids don't get. At home, they get a screen, you know. My daughter didn't get a screen. Not until she was really in, you know, junior high and high school, and then she was on a screen, because once you get there, most schoolwork is done on fucking screens anyway. So, totally. Okay, I got my bong hit. I'm going in. Someone cover me. All right, I need a blanket, eh? Kenny Bunkport. Kenny Bunkport. Kenny Bunkport. Oh, jeez, dearie. Well, technically, it's a much better show today. Last week, or actually last show yesterday, we had severe technical difficulties yesterday. It was very glitchy. I must have dropped 50,000 frames in the entire show. I had to start the show over again, and that didn't help. I started a new live feed, and it was crap. So I'm even though we've dropped 177 frames this morning, by this time yesterday morning we had dropped 100 times that. Totally, eh? Alright, eh? So it is Totally Television Tuesday. I've got a TV guide here that we looked at yesterday, and it's got the Gentleman of the Oval Office on the front, and that would be Andy Griffith. I forgot his name again. Robert Vaughn on the right, and this guy here, Jason Robards, and then Cliff Robertson. That's who that is on the top and the middle, Cliff Robertson. So let's go to, New Angel in Town, Jacqueline Smith. Woo, baby. Yeah, the Charlie's Angels. Look at that. There we go. Charlie's Angels show. You like a shot of my desk there? See? There you go, baby. That's what it looks like in the morning. Charlie's Angels was and is still one of my favorite shows. Der Wiener Schnitzel. I wonder if they'll still honor this coupon. Right? 2 cheeseburgers for $1 and 4 hot dogs for $1. That sounds great. Der Wiener Schnitzel, man. I was just telling my wife the other day, I wish there was one around, because I'd love to have one of their chili dogs. But we saw one. Where were we when we saw one? I don't remember. I don't bloody remember. I don't bloody remember. Totally. Yeah, LaSalle Extension University. Choose from 25 opportunities. Art training, associate degree, accounting, interior decorating, business management, accounting, real estate, drafting, police officers, executive leadership, restaurant management, dental office assistant, writing, fiction and nonfiction, music, guitar, piano, spinet organ, hotel motel operations, high school, associate degree in banking, finance, or hotel restaurant administration, management, supervisorial or personnel, computer programming or electronics, FCC licensing, traffic management, stenotype, machine shorthand, administrative assistant, banking and finance, air conditioning or diesel mechanics, Bachelor of Science degree, secretarial and associate degree, business management. Wow. All from the LaSalle University, correspondence by mail. Oh my god, dude. I was actually going to do that, not with LaSalle, but in real estate. I had sent away for the course, had all the books, and it wasn't something you had to go back and forth with. It just was like something that you ordered, and then you listened to the tapes, and then you did the research, and then you followed the instructions, right? I never quite made it because it wound up being so much about money. And every time I get to where I have to do money stuff on a regular schedule like a slave, it makes me feel icky, right? It does. Because when you have to deal with money, you have to deal with making decisions that affect you and the people around you. And you have to make these financial decisions based on financial situations, not people. And that's where it sickens me to deal with money issues for that one reason alone, is because money takes the human out of stuff, right? And if I had a lot of money, I would just totally use it for people, because I think that's the greatest thing that money can do, right? Find a way to take all of that money, invest in people, so that those people can then reinvest in themselves and others, and start a chain reaction, right? So some kind of self-help center would be my first venture, right? A place where people can get cleaned up, get their shit together, join a class, go after a certificate, have a place to stay, books to read, computers to get on and get shit accomplished. But not a place where people can just hang out, right? And be lazy. Because they could just do that in jail, right? Why not? Okay, so we're going to look at this TV guide. It is the day after Labor Day, Tuesday, September 6, 1977. At 8 p.m., we have Happy Days. And it just says, Happy Days. Fonzie, Henry Winkler, learns that he... And then that's it. They cut it off. That's funny. Mel Wax, Newsroom. Right? I wonder what edition this is. I wonder, Central California edition, as always. Alright. So, also at 8 p.m., Family Affair, 1977. A music program. Hollywood Squares Prime Time. Let's see. Marty Allen, Charo, John Biner, Paul Lynn, Anthony Newley, Bernadette Peters, woo, baby, Tony Randall, Karen Valentine, and Jonathan Winters. That's awesome, baby. That's Marty Allen. That's great. Ooh. It ain't Marty Feldman, but I'll take it. And let's see, at 8, also at 8, baseball, Billy Graham, Price is Right, and baseball is White Sox at the A's. And what do we have here? Also at 8, Flight of the Hindenburg. Television 77, What's On? Upstairs, Downstairs, Part 2. Bugs Bunny, 4 animated shorts from the late 60s. At 8:30, Washington Behind Closed Doors. That's the one with Cliff Robertson, Jason Robards, Stephanie Powers, all that stuff. So that's there. ABC Novel for television. Also at 8:30 starts a movie, the first time on television, Logan's Run. Yeah, from 1976. It was only a year, and now we get to see it on the TV. And I remember seeing it on TV pretty early on. So this might be it. Tourlier. Also on at 8:30. Theater in America. Beyond the Horizon. Opera at 9. At 10, not much. 10:30, Love American Style. At 11, Fernwood Tonight. Love American Style, 11:05. Telly Savalas provides the menace in Scenes from a Murder. Scenes from the Murder. Telly Savalas. There you go. There you go. What else? Buddy Rich is on Johnny Carson. Jack London's The Call of the Wild. And at 11:45, Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Milton Berle is on tomorrow with Tom Snyder. I wonder if Milton Berle tells him, man, blow that cigarette smoke somewhere else, as he's puffing on a cigar, right? TV Guide 1977, September. We will look at some more of that tomorrow, and we'll look at the cigarette ads. I like to keep track of how many cigarette ads. In fact, let's just do that now. Let's do that now. We've got Carlton's on the back here. And then, what else do we got here? Good old cigarette ads. Parliament. We got a Parliament ad there. That's 2. Oh yeah. Salem Lights and Salem Light 100s. We used to steal those from my friend's mom. You know, a cigarette's a cigarette, so that's 3. I don't know if there's any more cigarette ads. There's usually one in the middle here somewhere, or an alcohol ad somewhere. Totally, all kinds of cool ads for stupid stuff that we don't need. So that was 3, and there's usually 5 or 6. There's Winston's. We got a Winston ad there. That's 4. And Cool Super Lights. That's 5. Oh, here we go. There you go. That's 5. month. They're always usually about 5 or 6, sometimes 7. There's Vantage, so that makes 6. And I can see another one coming up here, and that's Kent Golden Lights and Golden Light 100s. So that makes 7. There you go. 7 cigarette ads in one little TV Guide magazine. Maybe that's why TV Guides went out of business, because they could no longer advertise cigarettes and make that cigarette money. I'm sure the cigarette people were eventually paying a pretty penny for each ad. After a while, cigarettes got such a bad reputation. I don't doubt it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna reboot my comments here really quick, because I just want to check to see if anybody's been here. Because I have seen my numbers fluctuate here a little bit. And I just want to make sure I'm seeing things straight. So I just turned off this computer over here that was monitoring YouTube, and my numbers are at 3, and so they should go down to 2, which means that there's this monitor. There it is. There's this monitor here in front of me, my phone. That means that there's someone else watching, because my count says 2 people. One of them is me. That means somebody else out there is being a wallflower. That's cool, man, because usually when I watch these shows, I'm like a wallflower. I don't want to engage. Oh, the count went back up. So now there should be 2 people watching, and I'm just curious as to, what do you guys see? Because I look into my monitor and I see some fucking crazy dude looking back. That's what I see. I still have painting to do. Saturday and yesterday evening, I was doing some painting for some friends, and I thought I was going to finish last night, but it turns out I'm going to go back and do another coat, another pass on everything to give it some strength, some walls. So at some point this week, maybe tomorrow evening or Thursday evening, I'm going to go back over there for a couple of hours and do a little bit more painting. Just give everything another top coat. That means dust things off, and then give everything a top coat, and then I'll pull the tape up and clean things and get things looking good. I haven't put the seal back on around the doors, mainly because I don't want to put them on and pull them off, put them on. So I need to paint everything. So I'm like, yeah, I should come back and do this again. And this door needs attention. So I'll probably paint a door a couple of times, and then from there, just give everything another top coat, you know. And then there's some other work piling up. All I got to do is to say, hey, anybody needs some work done? And bang, 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 bang. Right? So I got to stop doing that. It's great to make the extra money, but it just gets spent like money, right? I mean, if I had, you know, that unlimited funds, I would just do shit for people for nothing. Because it's fun. Oh look, I dropped a few more frames. 807. Oh, that is cold. That is awful. I know. I am going to heat up this coffee, because it's not much. I might add a little more. And then pack a bong hit, dude. Let's do some bong hits, man. Let's party, man. Ow. Totally, eh? Okay, so here's my book, eh? I can put my book here, eh? There's my book. Oh, geez, there, eh? Close it there, eh? Okay, open book. There you go. I'm an open book. Okay, my coffee is hot again. Oh. I'm going to turn on this fan. Turn this off. Because it is... What if I change the lights? What if I do this? Let's do that. Totally, dude. Now my face is no longer in a shadow. And it's a little bit dark in here. Totally. So we changed moods, eh? We like did a mood thing. A mood change. Mood swing. That's it. We did a mood swing. Totally, eh? I still haven't put any stickers on the windows of my van. It's like I want to make sure that the van is like gonna run, right, before I invest my stickers. Totally, eh? I do have to drive it today. I'm gonna eat breakfast and then go lay down for a couple of hours and then get up and go to clean a house and probably clean a couple of houses today. My wife has to go help a couple of friends first and then hook up with me later. So it's not far, as long as the van doesn't stall crossing the highway, I'll be okay. So that's the only issue I have. Otherwise, I would just walk. One of the houses is just up the street here. Yeah. At some point, I'm just going to just keep ordering parts for my van and installing them and hope that eventually I hit the right part that's causing the issues. What are you going to do? You know, I've taken it to mechanics, and that's pretty much what they've done, you know, is just start replacing parts. So I can do that, you know. I mean, if that's all that they're going to do, then I'll take it to them to replace the big parts, the heavy duty stuff, and then I'll just deal with the small stuff. So I'm going to look up what other parts would be causing this issue for it to be stalling out and then have trouble starting, jerking when driving, like loss of fuel type thing. So I've heard other people have the same issue and have replaced their PCM So I'm going to do that next. I've replaced the fuel filter, the fuel pump, a few other things along the fuel system. So next up, I keep dropping frames again. Next up, I'm just going to go after more crap to replace. Because, you know, what else are you going to do with money? That's where they get you. And the way they charge you for everything nowadays that 20, 30, 40 years ago you wouldn't think of paying for, right? You wouldn't think of paying for TV, to watch TV, right? I'm not going to pay a fee so that I can watch TV with commercials. I could do that now, right? That's the mentality. And then you've got those same people are now paying to have 3 different streaming channels, right? And cable. So paying for unlimited entertainment, basically. Boy, the powers that be, really know how to keep us distracted, right? I mean, they're so good at coming up with shit to keep us looking in the other direction all the time. I added just a tiny bit of coffee so it's not as sweet, right? But just a little bit. Anywho, boy, my signal keeps degrading here. You'll have to let me know if there's anybody watching. Let me know if my channel if my show is freezing up too much. I can see my modem from here and it looks fine, but I keep losing strength. Kilobits per second keeps dropping out. Oh well, this is an underwhelming show anyway. Yeah, well anyway, the TV show for the day, or the week, the TV program for the week is Police Squad. Police Squad with Leslie Nielsen. And mainly because I've been watching some of that, because of the new movie, which I do not condone. Because of the new movie, all of the older Naked Gun movies are streaming. I wish they would just stream the series. It was a short-lived series, but it spawned the Naked Gun series. The first Naked was Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. So the show first, and then the trilogy, the movie Naked Gun trilogy, which I do love those first 3 movies. This new thing, this new reboot, is one of those horrid creations that should never have come about, right? Regardless of how good these actors are. It's just, I can't even watch the trailers, they're so stupid, you know? I mean, potty humor? Really? It's like the whole thing is just potty humor, right? And that was never Police Squad. That was never Naked Gun. At some point, I don't even recall, but there may have been a tiny little hint of potty humor, but nothing that ran, you know, it wasn't a running fucking gag. You know, it's like, you know, nobody wants to hear farts through a whole fucking movie. Nobody wants to think about somebody pooping through a whole movie. You know, those movies, they're in the fucking shit can because they're crap movies. Because that's the best you can think of. Like, here's a toilet movie, Hot Tub Time Machine. Got to be the stupidest fucking movie in the world. Stupidest fucking premise, and I don't know how many times they say fuck in that movie, or different versions of the word fuck. But it's just a horrible fucking movie. You know? There's just no... There's no story. It's just an idiot show. A shit show. It's a toilet movie, you know? The toilet time machine. I'd rather be stuck in an elevator for 2 hours, for 6 hours, than to watch that movie once. Right? Stick me in an elevator. You know, lock me in an outhouse for 6 hours. I'd rather be locked in a shitty outhouse than to have to watch that movie. 5 minutes of that fucking movie. You know, there's a lot of movies out there that I won't even look at. I'll see the trailer and it'll be like, no, ain't no fucking way. You couldn't pay me to watch that fucking movie. So that's the way I feel about the new Naked Gun movie. Keep it to yourself. Zucker and Abrams, now their children or great-grandchildren or somebody's in the family is involved, and they don't have the same sense of humor. And somebody's told them their whole lives, gosh, you got a sense of humor just like your dad or whatever. And they were wrong, because this is not those movies. You know, why? I know it's nepotism. You know, why not go make your own fucking movie about something? Why latch onto this, suckling onto the old teat? You know, it's a dry teat. Move on. Jeez Louise. Do I really have to say it? You know, that the new Naked Gun stuff is just a fucking bag of stupid. That's it. As dumb as a bag of stupid. Right there. Right there. You just keep it to yourself. I don't need that shit. I don't. So I'm not sure when I'm going to go long. I know it's not today, and it's not tomorrow. Probably Thursday, and quite probably, possibly Thursday, and quite probably on Friday, I will be going long, meaning I'll be here longer than 7. But today, I'm going to be cutting it off in about 20 minutes, because I got shit I got to do. And aside from Joey, one of my most loved by me and my family irregulars, family member. Aside from Joey, there was no one else here today that was willing to come forward and say they were here. So I know who you are. You don't have to say who you are. I know who you are. I know. I get a sense. I feel it. I feel it. He said no big a thing. Yep. Totally, eh? Totally. Let's see, what were we talking about? Police squad and community. Police squad. Community. Yep. Anywho, tomorrow we are up in the air. We are just going to pull out some 8 tracks tomorrow. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday, but instead of listening to an old time radio show, we're just going to look at an old radio and we're going to pull out a bunch of 8 tracks, because this week is pretty much about 8 tracks. That's why we still got 8 tracks in the foreground here. And at some point, I will be pulling out a shitload of 8 tracks to just kind of go through. More and more of the show will become about the crap that I have in my home here, because I'm going to start looking at downsizing a bunch of it. First of all, to make more room in my home. Second of all, to share with people, individuals who are like-minded, things that I have here, and and get these things to good homes. And last, make a little money, you know. I'm going to charge through the roof for a lot of this stuff, mainly so I know it's going to a good home. You know, somebody doesn't quite understand, you know, what's going on, but if I can just get them to understand that, you know, these are pieces of history, and if you're going to buy a piece of history, you have to be willing to invest the time that it requires, you know, because show me that you care, you know, and then it won't be about the money. I'll send you shit for free at some point. You know, buy an 8-track player and a few tapes, and then, you know, come back and say, hey, I'm looking for this stuff, you know. Well, I might find something for you, and then just, I've already got your address, I might just send it to you, fix it up, send it, you know. Merry Christmas. When you go through your whole life and you don't really have a lot of money, you know, it seems to slip through your fingers as soon as you get it, kind of thing. You become okay with that, but you also learn that you don't really need a whole lot of money to exist. What you need is a whole lot of get her done. That's pretty much what you need. And I've learned that. So parting with money has never been painful for me. It is for a lot of people. They're like, oh, I hate to spend more money. Oh, I hate to... And it's like pulling teeth, right? I've never been like that, you know. Money comes and money goes. You know, that's just the way it is. Some people have to, you know, look forward to dying with, you know, $100,000 in the bank, and I'm just not that guy. You know, you can't take it with you. All you can do is give it to somebody when you're gone. Why not share it with them while you're here? Why not invest it in people, invest it in memories, you know? And most people are just investing it in the bank or in you know, property that they never really own. You never really own a car because you're just renting it. You never really own a house. You're just renting it, especially if it's mortgaged, especially if you're leasing the car. You know, you never really own anything, you know. You own yourself. You own your body. You're going to take that to the grave with you, period. Gotta get me watch. Get a new battery in me watch. Well, I'm not wearing my teeth in the mornings because I'm drinking coffee and gonna eat breakfast and probably gonna go lay back down because I do this super early in the morning on the Pacific Coast here. But after I wake up, after my nap, I put my teeth in. They're painful to put in. They hurt for a few minutes after I put them in. But for the most part, I can go most of the day with them in. And then last night, and be comfortable with them. And last night, I finally took them out and went and got in bed. And then I was uncomfortable with them out. Right? I'm like, wow, this feels weird. Which is good, because I want to wear them more and more. So the more I feel uncomfortable with them out and comfortable with them in, it's a win-win, right? Not that I'm like overly concerned with people looking at me going, oh my god, he's got no teeth. Because I don't give a shit what people think. I've never given a shit. Well, when I was little I used to. And it used to cause me great anxiety, worrying about what other people were thinking of me. And I got to the point where it was like, you know what, fuck you. So I can go out into public and talk to people without my teeth in, and I don't give a shit. You know, look, I do this every day without my teeth in. There are going to be some days here, like Thursday or Friday, hopefully Friday. I'll have the schedule, and I'll be able to put my teeth in the morning, at least for the show, and have a long show, and do some guitar and singing stuff. So, in fact, last night was the only night in the past few weeks that I haven't picked up my guitar and done a few songs, done some practice. The night before, I think I went through just about everything. And the night before that, but I need to play more and more every day so that I can feel my fingers stiffening up, so that I can play all day if I want to. That's what I'm shooting for. Being able to play all day. And the more I play, and the more I remember these notes again, and how to finger these notes again, the easier it is to pick up a new song and fiddle around with it, because, hey, I already know those notes. I just have to learn one more kind of thing. Chords, if you will, chords, because I play in chords. Seldom do I actually hit like one note. But it's becoming more and more fun again, and for a long time I just didn't play and I didn't sing, because I was determined I was never going to sing again after I had my teeth removed. And then we were camping, and I was talking to my friends, and one of my friends mentioned that he wishes that he could just invest in himself like I'm doing, right, with my show and with my channel, and just finally do what he wants to do, right, with his creative side. And right there, it was like, you know what? You're right. I am lucky, and I need to just get off the ball and just go for it. And so I got home, and the very next day I picked up the guitar and just played it for, strummed out a couple of songs and then set it down. And the next day strummed out a couple of more songs and then set it down, and got to where it was hurting, but it wasn't blistering. And now I can get to where it hurts a little bit. It's a little tender if I play a little too much. But I'm getting there. And I'm going to get there so where I can do exactly what we're talking about. Get those things done in life that we put off and we put off and we put off. And then it's too late. And then all of a sudden, somebody's speaking at our funeral going, yeah, he really wanted to, but he never could. That's not right. So I'm really, at some point, I'm going to go after one of my friends seriously and encourage him to just get with me once a week for an hour in the morning, on a Sunday, when he and I can just sit together on a video chat, and I can bring him along on my little journey, and hopefully, coax him into working on his own stuff, because he's, he's got a lot of talent, and he needs to let it out, and doing covers is fine, but I think that everybody needs to, especially those creative people, they need to work on something that belongs to them, right? And I want to get his collaboration, and hopefully that collaboration will bring about in him the need to go after some of this stuff too. It looks like I'm having more technical difficulties this morning, but that's okay. It's the end of the show here soon. It is the 2nd of September, and it's like, for me it's crazy that this year is just ticking away. I just had a birthday and turned 57. My daughter is going to have a birthday here in a couple of weeks and turn 21. My wife is, let's see, going to turn 43. A week after my daughter. So it's neat that we put my daughter right in between us, birthday wise. That my wife is younger and I'm older, so I come first, and then my wife, and then our daughter is right in between us, and she's a different sign as well, so it goes Leo, Virgo, Libra, right? Yeah. And there you go. And that's our little family. I'm really hoping that after I get things squared away at home in the next couple of weeks, i.e. getting these side jobs done, getting the van up and running, getting the guitars out of hock, getting more hard drive space, once I get there, I'm going to spend a little time each week, just a tiny bit, working on programming for the next year. And then, for like a few months. But at the same time, I'm really going to double down on original content and working on musical stuff. Music has always been important in my life, and the more I screw around with it, fiddle around, play with the whole music thing, the more fun I have. So I'm all about having fun. So that's what I'm shooting for. I'm going after some fun, baby. Yeah, Mr. Fun Guy, crazy old weird fun bearded guy. Fun guy. And so tomorrow, just 8 tracks. On Thursday, more 8 tracks. And it's Arts and Crafts Day, so I think we're going to pull apart a machine and test it out and see what we got going on. And that's it. It's all about 8 tracks from here on out. Friday, I'm hoping that we can sit together and do some songs. Do a little playing. So, guitar day on Friday. Yay. It's just about time to wrap up the show for the day, and then I'm off to eat some breakfast and have my usual morning rituals, and then go take a nap. Right? I only slept a couple of hours last night, between 11 and 4. Which means probably about 2.5 to 3 hours max. So, because I have things to do later in the day, I want to try to lay down, get back in bed for a couple of hours, and then get up at about 10:30 this Pacific Standard Time, and go do some work. Do a little bit of house cleaning, come back, do a little bit of work here, a little bit of work on the channel, play guitar a little bit after my hands have dried from wearing gloves and washing my hands several times, and then start thinking about tomorrow's show and 8-track tapes, and see if I can get a bunch of stuff out here on my table. Yep. And there you go. Good old technical difficulties. They're just here. So I'm going to probably reboot, reinstall some programs and reboot my computer and stuff at some point between today and tomorrow. And if that doesn't work, then I'll be asking my wife to hit up Spectrum and ask them what the fuck's going on, and why don't they get us a new modem. I know there's something new, stronger, better, powerful, faster, whatever, because this is ridiculous. They offer a free cell phone for a year, right? I said, well, why don't we get the same deal only with a house phone? Can they give us the landline, the house phone, for a year? I'd rather have that. I don't need another cell phone, and I don't want to change service and all this crap. She said, well, let's just move one phone over and try it for a year. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. They just want to get you screwed into something else, you know. And then after that 1 year, then what? You can bow out, or you have to then be there for 3 years, right? There's always some kind of shit involved. And then you forget, and then all of a sudden you've been gouged for 6 months for something that you didn't really want. Yeah, fuck that. Where's the sense of community in that, eh? Totally. So let's see. Luna Sea by Firefall, 1977. Police Squad, the TV series. And totally. And Community. Community. Think about that, eh? Boy, we're really dropping frames now. Woo-wee. Woo-wee, howdy. So let's see. I am going to wrap up today's show here shortly. Thank you, Joey, for hanging out. I know you're probably asleep now, but totally, man. Can't wait to see you again. Everybody else out there, thanks for stopping by. I've had a great day, as always, because I just get to sit here and talk. You know, I was telling my wife the other day, all you got to do is turn the damn camera on. That's all you got to do. I always thought that I was going to be too scared to do shit like this, and so I never did. Until I did. There's the wind. Yeah, did you see the camera shaking? No. This camera here. This camera here is shaking. Mounted to the wall. It's not an earthquake, it's just the wind. Alright, people, I want to thank you so much for stopping by today and hanging out. And as usual, I want to wish you a good day and a splendid week. Whew. You know what to do. Spread peace and love, not bullshit, right? Do something for yourselves, but do something for somebody else too, right? Remember, community. It starts with doing something for somebody else. I don't want that one. I want this one. You know, take care of each other. Do something for yourself, and do something for somebody else. Take care of each other, you know. And then that should help people take care of you. You know, I want to take care of that guy. He's nice. He takes care of other people. Whatever, for whatever reasons, right? Just be nice out there. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do unto others, that kind of thing. Yeah, let me turn that down there. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. I just, you know, community. That's all I can say is community. Take care of each other, people. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. All right. I love you all. Take care and adios.